Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome to Talk, Learn, Teach. I'm Emily.
And I'm Alex. We're absolutely thrilled you clicked on this video today.
Before we dive into something really special, can we ask you a quick favor? If you find value in what we share, hit that subscribe button. It truly keeps us going.
Exactly. And share this with anyone who's on their English journey. Your support creates this amazing community we have.
All right, Alex. Today, we're tackling something that keeps so many learners awake at night. The big mystery. Why can I understand everything in English, but speaking feels like climbing Mount Everest?
Oh, Emily, you just described half our comment section right there. People write to us saying, Alex, I watch Hollywood movies without subtitles. I understand every word. But when someone asks me a simple question in English, my mind goes completely blank.
Right? It's like there's this invisible wall between knowing and doing. And I think that's what makes it so frustrating for learners. They feel stuck.
You know what it reminds me of? Picture this. You're watching professional dancers on stage. You see every move, you understand the rhythm, you even feel the music. But does that mean you can suddenly get up and dance like them?
Oh, that's actually brilliant. Because understanding is passive, but doing is active. Your body hasn't learned the movements yet.
Exactly. Your eyes watched the dance, but your legs never practiced the steps. With English, your ears hear the language, but your mouth hasn't rehearsed the movements. It's two completely different skills.
So it's not about being bad at English or not smart enough. It's literally about physical practice. Your speaking muscles need training.
100%. And I want everyone watching to really hear this. If you struggle with speaking but understand English well, that doesn't make you a failure. It makes you someone who's learned half the journey and just needs to activate the other half.
That's so important to say, because I think a lot of people give up right at this point. They think something's wrong with them.
Nothing is wrong with you. You just haven't trained the right muscles yet. And that's what we're here for today, to give you the roadmap.
Okay, so let's get practical. Alex, if someone is watching right now thinking, I want to start speaking, where's the absolute best place to begin?
Here's what changed everything for me when I was learning a new language. I stopped trying to speak perfectly and started trying to speak comfortably. There's a huge difference.
Ooh, explain that more. What does comfortable mean?
Comfortable means your mouth knows what to do without your brain fighting it every second. It's like when you first learn to ride a bicycle. At first, you're thinking about every movement: balance, pedal, steer, don't fall. But after practice, your body just knows. It flows.
Ah, muscle memory. So speaking English becomes automatic only when we practice it enough that our mouth remembers the patterns.
Yes, and here's a method that works incredibly well. I call it the echo method. You find audio or video of natural English conversation. Could be a TV show, a podcast, a YouTube video, anything. And here's what you do.
Wait, don't tell me. Let me guess. You repeat what they say?
You're half right, but here's the twist. You don't just repeat the words like a robot. You become that person. You match their emotion, their speed, their energy, even their facial expressions if you can.
So if someone in the video says, I can't believe this happened, with shock and excitement, I say it the same way, not in a flat, boring voice.
Precisely, because language isn't just words, it's emotion, it's music, it's rhythm. When you echo with feeling, your brain connects the words with the emotions, and that makes everything stick so much better.
This is fascinating because we're not just training our mouth, we're training our entire communication system, voice, face, emotion, all working together.
And you know what's beautiful about this? You can start with just 30 seconds of audio. Find a clip of someone saying something interesting, play it, echo it back 5 times, 10 times, until it feels natural in your mouth.
Aw, I love that. It's not overwhelming. 30 seconds is nothing. Anyone can do that.
Anyone can do that. And if you do 30 seconds a day for a week, that's different sentences, different emotions, different vocabulary entering your speaking ability.
Now, here's something I've been thinking about. A lot of learners tell me they feel embarrassed speaking English alone in their room. Like, who am I talking to? I feel silly.
Oh, Emily, that's such a real thing. We've all been there. But let me flip the script on this. When you practice alone, you're in the safest place possible. There's no judgment, nobody's laughing at mistakes, nobody's correcting you.
It's your private gym for language.
Exactly. And here's what I tell people. Your room is your stage. You're not being silly, you're being smart. You're rehearsing so that when the real moment comes, when you actually need to speak English with someone, you're ready.
So, what should people talk about when they're alone? Just random stuff?
Start with narrating your life. And I know that sounds strange, but stay with me. You're making breakfast. Narrate it in English. I'm putting bread in the toaster. The butter's in the fridge. I need to pour some orange juice.
Oh, because those are real, useful sentences, not textbook sentences like the cat is on the table, but actual things you do every day.
Yes, and your brain loves this because it's relevant. You're not memorizing random vocabulary. You're using language to describe your real world. What about people who say they don't know enough words yet to narrate their life?
Beautiful question. Use the words you do know. If you don't know the word for something, describe it in simple English. I need the thing I cut with. Boom, you're communicating. And later you'll learn that word is knife or scissors. So we're building flexibility too, not just memorizing, but learning to work with what we have.
Exactly. Real conversations don't wait for you to know every word. Real conversations require you to adopt, to find ways to express yourself with your current toolkit.
Okay, I want to shift gears a little bit here. We've talked about the physical practice of speaking, but Alex, there's also something happening in our mind, right? Like how we think about English.
Oh, Emily, this is where it gets really exciting. There's this invisible switch that happens when you start thinking in English instead of translating from your first language.
And that's hard, right? Because naturally we think in our native language.
It is hard at first, but here's the secret. You don't try to think complex thoughts in English right away. You start with labeling.
Labeling. What do you mean?
Look around you right now. Whatever you see, say the English word in your mind. Window, laptop, coffee cup, red shirt. You're training your brain to connect objects directly to English words, skipping the translation step.
Oh, so instead of seeing a cup and thinking the word in my language, then translating to cup, I just think cup immediately.
Yes, and after you're comfortable with single words, you level up to simple thoughts. I'm hungry. It's cold. I need water. Just tiny sentences in your head throughout the day.
But Alex, doesn't this take forever? I mean, consciously thinking about every word sounds exhausting.
It does at first, I won't lie. But here's the magic. Your brain is incredible at creating shortcuts. After a few weeks of conscious labeling, it starts happening automatically. You'll suddenly realize you're thinking in English without trying.
Oh, that's when it clicks, right? When English becomes a part of you, not something external you're studying.
That's the moment. And I remember when it happened to me with another language. I was walking down the street, thinking about my day, and I suddenly realized I'd been thinking in that language for the past 5 minutes without noticing. It was like a superpower unlocked.
I love that. It's like your brain just switches operating systems without asking permission.
Perfect way to describe it. But you have to give your brain permission to do that by practicing the small things consistently.
Speaking of consistency, can we talk about motivation? Because I think this is where a lot of people lose steam. They start strong, practice for a week, then life gets busy and they stop.
This is so real, and I want to be honest with everyone watching. Learning to speak English fluently isn't a 2-week sprint. It's a lifestyle adjustment.
But that sounds intimidating when you say it like that.
It does, but hear me out. When I say lifestyle adjustment, I don't mean you need to study 3 hours a day. I mean you need to make English a small, natural part of your existing life.
Okay, give me examples. How does someone do that without it feeling like homework?
Change your phone's language to English. Follow English-speaking creators who talk about topics you already love. If you love cooking, watch cooking videos in English. If you love football, watch football commentary in English.
Oh, so it's about making English entertaining, not just educational.
Yes, because if English is only a chore, a boring task you force yourself to do, you'll quit. But if English becomes the way you enjoy your hobbies, you'll naturally spend more time with it.
And you won't even notice you're learning because you're having fun.
Exactly. Your brain doesn't care if you're learning from a textbook or from a funny video. It's absorbing the language either way. But one feels like torture and the other feels like entertainment.
I think a lot of language learning advice focuses too much on discipline and not enough on enjoyment.
100% agree. Discipline gets you started, but enjoyment keeps you going. And honestly, if you enjoy the process, the results come so much faster because you're relaxed, you're engaged, you're actually present.
So create an English world around you that you actually want to be part of.
Beautifully said. Now, Emily, there's one more thing I want to address because I see this a lot in the comments. People apologizing for their accent.
Oh, yes. Sorry for my bad English. Sorry for my accent. I see that everywhere.
And every time I see it, my heart breaks a little because your accent is not something to apologize for. Your accent tells your story.
Explain what you mean by that.
Your accent shows where you're from, what languages shaped you, the unique journey you've taken. It's part of your identity. And here's the truth that the English learning industry doesn't always tell you. Native speakers have accents too.
Right. Someone from London sounds different from someone from Texas, who sounds different from someone from Australia. They're all native speakers.
Exactly. So why are we holding non-native speakers to this impossible standard of no accent? It's ridiculous. The goal is clear communication, not sounding like you're from a specific country.
So, if someone is watching this right now and they've been hiding their voice because they think their accent is bad, what would you tell them?
I would tell them this. Your voice matters. Your thoughts matter. Your contributions to conversations matter. Don't let accent insecurity steal your voice from the world. Speak up, speak proudly, and let people hear what you have to say.
That's beautiful, Alex. Because at the end of the day, language is about connection, not perfection.
That's it. That's the whole point. And when you speak with confidence, even with an accent, people listen. They respect you. They engage with you.
And honestly, I find accents beautiful. They add flavor to conversations.
Right? A world where everyone sounds exactly the same would be so boring.
Okay, we've covered so much ground today, but I want to end with something actionable. Alex, if someone watching this wants to start their speaking journey today, right now, what's the one thing they should do?
One thing. Okay, here it is. Find a mirror, look at yourself, and say 3 sentences in English about your day. Out loud, with expression, no judgment, just speaking.
That's it?
That's it. Because the hardest part is starting. Once you break that silence, once you hear your own voice speaking English, something shifts. You realize it's possible.
And then tomorrow they do it again. 3 more sentences.
Exactly. And in a week, they've spoken 21 sentences. In a month, they've spoken over 90 sentences, all from just looking in a mirror for 30 seconds a day.
That's so doable. Everyone watching, you can do this. Today, right now.
And you know what? Share your first sentence with us. In the comments below, write 1 sentence in English about your day. Any sentence. We'll read them, we promise.
Yes, let's create a space where everyone practices together, supports each other, no judgment.
Because we're all in this journey together, learning English, improving communication, building confidence.
Alex, there's something else I want to touch on before we wrap up. It's about the fear factor, the anxiety people feel before speaking.
Oh, that's huge. I think almost everyone experiences this. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and suddenly every English word you've ever learned just vanishes from your brain.
Yes, it's like your vocabulary decides to go on vacation right when you need it most. Why does this happen?
It's because speaking feels risky. When we write, we can delete and edit. When we think, nobody knows our mistakes. But when we speak, it's out there, immediate, public, and our brain treats that as a threat.
So it's actually a survival instinct kicking in? That's wild.
In a way, yes. Your brain is trying to protect you from embarrassment, from judgment. But here's what you need to understand. That fear never completely goes away, even for advanced speakers. You just get better at acting despite the fear.
Wait, so even confident English speakers feel nervous sometimes?
Absolutely. I still get nervous when I have to give presentations or speak in formal settings. The difference is I've trained myself to speak through the nervousness rather than letting it stop me.
How do you do that? What's the trick?
There's this technique I learned called the permission to mess up method. Before any English conversation, I literally tell myself, Alex, you have permission to make mistakes. You have permission to pause. You have permission to ask for clarification.
So you're basically releasing the pressure to be perfect.
Exactly, because that pressure is what creates the anxiety. When you give yourself permission to be human, to be imperfect, the fear loses its power.
I love that. So it's about changing the internal dialogue from I must be perfect to I'm allowed to learn as I go.
Yes, and here's something else that helps tremendously. Celebrate small wins. Every single time you speak English, even one sentence, that's a victory worth acknowledging.
Oh, that's such an important mindset shift because I think people only celebrate the big moments, like giving a whole presentation, but they forget that every small conversation is building toward that.
Precisely. You spoke English to order coffee today? Celebrate it. You answered a question in an online meeting? Celebrate it. You practiced 3 sentences in front of a mirror? That deserves recognition too.
It's about building momentum through positive reinforcement rather than beating ourselves up over what we can't do yet.
Yes, Emily, and this is so critical because language learning is emotional. It's not just intellectual. How you feel about your progress directly impacts your actual progress.
So, if someone watching feels discouraged right now, what would you want them to know?
I would want them to know that every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker once struggled with their first sentence. The only difference between them and someone starting out is time and practice. That's it. Not talent, not intelligence, just consistent effort over time.
And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You're on your own timeline, and that's perfectly okay.
That's beautiful. Your journey is yours alone. Some people take 6 months to feel comfortable speaking. Others take 2 years. Both are valid. Both are successful.
You know, I think one more thing we should mention is the importance of finding your why. Like, why does someone want to speak English? What's driving them?
Oh, that's so important because when the motivation is clear, the discipline becomes easier. Are you learning English for a job opportunity, to connect with people from different cultures, to travel, to access information?
And that why can be your anchor when things get tough, right?
Absolutely. When you feel like giving up, you remind yourself, I'm doing this because I want to explore the world freely, or I'm doing this because I want better career opportunities, or whatever your personal reason is.
It transforms English from an obligation into a tool for achieving your dreams.
Yes, and that's when learning becomes sustainable, because it's not just about the language anymore, it's about the life you're building with that language.
All right, beautiful people, we're coming to the end of today's episode. But before we go, remember to subscribe to Talk, Learn, Teach if you haven't already.
We post videos like this regularly, full of practical tips, encouragement, and real strategies that work. Your subscription genuinely helps us keep creating.
And drop a comment below. Tell us, what's one thing you learned today that you'll actually use? Or what's your biggest challenge with speaking English? We read every single comment.
We love hearing from you. Your stories inspire us, your questions guide our content, and your progress makes all of this worthwhile.
So, from both of us, thank you for spending this time with us. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember that every word you speak is progress.
Your voice deserves to be heard. Don't let fear keep it locked inside. The world is waiting to hear what you have to say.
Until next time, this is Emily.
And Alex.
From Talk, Learn, Teach. Keep talking, keep learning, keep teaching. Bye, everyone.